Nithyanandam, with the grace and blessings of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, I welcome you to this video. In today's video, I wanted to share about a teaching and practice that my Guru, Swamiji, encourages and reiterates time and time again to help us continue on our seeking, and that is micromanagement. Now, this may sound like a very business term, a very corporate term, but actually it's the most spiritual term I've experienced, actually, in application. Now, when Swamiji talks about micromanagement, the way we implement it is what would look like in a very outwardly way. We make a list. We make a sub-list. We make sure we attend to each item on those lists daily. We put reminders. We use a system, maybe a software system. We have other people remind us. We follow up. These are all things that people do in their workplace, at a business, or if they own their own company, or they work at a corporation, or they're running their household. These are common tasks, are common ways to approach getting something done, especially when you're dealing with large amounts of information. So you may be thinking, what's so special about this? What's the big deal? You sound very mundane or very corporate. But actually, this is all just a practice, a playground for the ultimate micromanagement, which is the micromanagement of our mind, the micromanagement at the thought level. Do we really know what is happening inside of us? What is driving us? What thoughts we are having over and over and over again, like a broken record? What parts of our mind have we attended to or most likely not attended to? What is driving us to make the decisions we make? When you micromanage in the outer world, naturally you start to micromanage your thoughts. You start to put that light of understanding on your thoughts, on your mind. When that happens, with that awareness, you start to naturally complete with incompletions. You start to drop unwanted thoughts. You start to stop wasting time and energy on ideas and thoughts that are not actually aligned to your goal and purpose in life. So what may seem like a very outwardly, I should say, very worldly way or technique of micromanagement is actually a technique from Sadashiva himself, to look in and to micromanage ourselves at the thought level, where it happens as a natural way, as a natural process, without us having to even feel like we're doing something. And that's why Swamiji says Godel is in the details. Because when you look inside, when you look at yourself, or I should say, when you look into yourself, you discover the true you, which is that divinity. So micromanagement, I can say, is the most spiritual process. And I highly recommend you watch the discourses that I put the links to, and start implementing micromanagement the way Swamiji talks about it, and have the right context. Naturally, when you micromanage in the outer world, you will have success. You will have clarity. But start to see what that can do for you in the inner world. Naturally, it's a virtuous circle. When you have success in the outer world, you start to have success in the inner world as well. And that leads to more success in the outer world. But it's having the right context. We're not micromanaging for chasing any particular goal or money or outwardly benefit. It's purely in the most spiritual context. So hopefully, I've given you some insight onto this topic that Swamiji has talked about, and I really encourage you to watch these videos and be a part of Swamiji's mission, where you get to actually work on yourself constantly with beautiful spiritual teachings and a beautiful Sangha that is all trying to align to Swamiji and implement these very same teachings. So I invite you, if you have any questions, if you want to know how to become part of the Nithyananda Sangha, please send me a message, and I'm happy to share some information with you. So thank you for allowing me to share on this topic of micromanagement, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Nithyanandam.